Hi, Chrissy. It's fantastic to have you here. We're super excited to talk to you. So we just want to get to know you a little bit, find out more about you, what it is you do and everything. So can we start off with a little introduction to who you are and what your business is?
Absolutely. My name's Chrissy Caine. I'm originally from Greater Manchester in England, but I'm currently living on the Amalfi Coast in Italy. I've always been a singer, professional performer, but at the moment I'm branching out into performance coaching, teaching people how to get on stage and do their talks or their presentations without stage fright and to create unshakable self-confidence. That's my slogan.
That's amazing.
How long have you been running that currently?
It's quite new in its current format, but I have been teaching other people for more than 20 years now. So my own daughter, who's now 30, I taught her how to sing, and I'm sure that most of your listeners will be familiar with Fleur East. I think she did very well on the X Factor. She's one of my former pupils who went on to, I think, come second on the X Factor, and various other ones as well who've gone on to be very successful. I taught them to sing and to present themselves on stage. And during lockdown, when we were all forced to start speaking on camera, people that had never had to present or ever done any group talking before came to me to help. And I'm currently working with a lot of doctors, people that are specialists. I've got a neurosurgeon and a cardiac specialist and a GP who are all branching out themselves to go and do speaking in the public arena, educating people on the health benefits of looking after your heart and on mental health issues. And they're coming to me because although they're absolute experts in their own field, they're actually not used to being on a public stage and to speaking in public. They at most speak to one client, to their patient, etc. And now they're taking that to the big stage so that they can educate people. And a lot of people suffer from stage fright, fear of being afraid of making a mistake or fear of being questioned. So yeah, there are techniques that I can teach people, and that's where I've gone during the lockdown period. I've kind of gone into this, and I'm hoping it will grow. It's very successful and very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's amazing. I think you do quite a wide variety then, don't you? I mean, I am one of those people that wouldn't be able to speak in front of a group of people, and it's something that I need to work on and that I need to build. So there's definitely opportunity for all your customers out there. There's lots of us that get that stage fright and stuff like that. So
I know it's really second nature to me now. I mean, I've been doing this for such a long time. I know that you're Northerners as well, and so am I. And at 2 years old, my mother took me to Blackpool, where I sang in my first talent competition on the North Pier. And I won that talent competition at 2 years old. I was singing Elvis Presley, Wooden Heart. And apparently when Uncle Peter Webster, who was the MC, came and asked me how old I was, I told him I was 14 and I was actually 2. So I think I was just born for this. So it doesn't faze me at all. And there are techniques. It's like being an athlete. It's like preparation to get on stage. And what you mustn't do is second guess yourself. People throughout your life will tell you no. You mustn't tell yourself no, ever. When other people tell you no, you have to convince yourself, I'm sorry, it's not a no, it's a yes from me. So just convince yourself that you are good at what you do and go out there with confidence and go and speak to people about something that you are absolutely 100% sure that you can deliver well and that you're helping other people. And if you go out with that kind of thought in your mind, you won't go wrong.
Yeah, I think self-belief is like such a strong thing with stuff like that. You just need to show that you're confident and you understand everything. But can I ask?
It's preparation, really. If you go out there and you know that even if anybody questions me, I have all the answers. I'm not a busker. I know what I'm talking about, and I am going to be helping people like I'm helping myself grow my business. I will help you to present yourself because I'm good at doing this. And once you've reached that point, nobody can question you because you're really good at your stuff. It's like the doctors I'm talking about. When somebody questions them and says to them, what about this part of the heart and what about that part of the brain? They absolutely know that when they respond, they are strong on their subject. Nobody can question them.
Yeah, definitely. So it sounds like it is something that's been part of your life since, well, forever, basically, from 2 years doing competitions. But did you do any other type of careers before you went into your singing and your coaching and stuff like that?
No. When I was a kid, during my summer holidays, I used to go and work with my mother in the laundry. She was the manageress of a laundry. I used to go out with the guys and collect the big heavy baskets from the motorway services and bring in all the dirty washing back and everything. So I didn't come up the easy way. I came up the hard way to learn what I've learned and what I've achieved. So I worked in a laundry, I worked in a shop, I worked in a fish and chip shop at the weekends. I worked in a supermarket in Wigan when I was a kid, stacking the shelves and then on the tills. So I've just been picking and choosing what I wanted to do, but all the time I was studying music. My school in Greater Manchester, which doesn't exist now, sadly, we had a fantastic music department, and I was chosen because of the vocal range that I had to play the lead in an opera, and that was in the 70s, because I'm 104 years old now. I look good, hey? That was in the 70s, and they closed the music department down, unfortunately, and I couldn't continue, which is just as well, because I was being bullied at school, and at 16, with my first boyfriend, who was a few years older than me. I was looking for somebody to rescue me, which has been a recurring theme throughout my life. I found myself pregnant at 16. I've got a stunning son who runs his own business. He lives near London. And I had him at 16 years old, which put a real halt on my career. But I never forgot what I learned, and I didn't lose my capabilities. So when he was old enough, I was resident at a club in Wigan, and I got picked up there by an agency to go to South Africa. And within 6 weeks of being in South Africa, I took my son with me, and I'd been picked up and signed to EMI Records. I had my own TV show. I did very well in South Africa, stayed there for 18 years, met my now ex again. I've had 3 serious relationships. It's turning into a very long answer, this, but anyway,
Right.
3 serious relationships. One that I have my son with, my daughter's daddy that I met when I lived in South Africa, and my daughter, who is fluent in English and Italian. We came to live here with my now partner, Alessandro. And that's the 3 relationships. And there's my whole story. Chrissy Caine, this is your life. Da, 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 da.
Oh no, we love it. It's good to get to know you on a more personal level and stuff like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you've already given some good tips anyway, especially for people with stage fright and things like that, which is to give someone a tip for starting their own business. What would that be?
Yeah, I suppose it depends what kind of business it is. I will say that recently, as we all are, seeing a massive growth in online businesses, and that does seem to be the future. I would say do your research. Don't be afraid of going into debt, because I doubt that anybody can start a business without actually accumulating some debt. But be sensible as to how much you're willing to go down before you start making a profit. Know your market. Know what you're hoping to achieve, set targets for yourself, and just be good at what you do. Don't go branching out into something that you have no expertise in that area. Try to stick to something that is within your control and you can keep control over it, and look at your expenditure and where and how you can start turning a profit, because that's what it's all about. That would be my top tip. Keep it all on a very tight rein and know where you're aiming to go. Make a plan.
Yeah, that's good. I'd give a similar tip to that
Yeah,
myself, to be honest.
definitely. Make sure you've got a plan, know where you're trying to head to, and learn
Yeah.
from other people, really, isn't it? So that you know
Absolutely.
what you're doing.
Yeah. And what you put in is what you get back. Absolutely, definitely. So if you're going in thinking that you're going to become a millionaire overnight, you're probably going to be disappointed. But if you go in at a sensible level and think it may take me a couple of years to get this going, if you get going before that, anything else is a bonus. But be realistic, and making money is the bottom line, because the cost of living is going to get worse this year. We all need to know how to turn a profit. We all need to be versatile, and we all need to be good at what we do.
Yeah, definitely. Sorry. So on the back of that, we always love quotes. We always try and get everyone to tell us a quote. So what is your favorite quote?
It's one that my grandfather used to say often. If I would say, "Oh, I can't do this, I can't do that," he always said to me, "There's no such word as can't." And I live by that. There is no such word as can't. It might be you can't in this moment, or it might be you don't know how to. But if you tell yourself, "I can't," then you that's what will happen to you. You always need to find a way. So yeah, my very own granddad's quote, "There's no such word as can't."
Yeah, I
My-
think that's something a lot of people have heard. I say it's what I teach to the
Yeah,
kids.
my teacher used to say, how do you spell can't? And he used to say Try.
Yeah. Or my granddad used to say, you see the word can't, CANT, just remove the T and can't becomes can.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's no such word as can't. It's been in my blood and it's been drilled into me since I was a kid. And luckily I've passed it on to both my son and my daughter, who both run really successful businesses. Being a successful business person is a mindset. That's what it's all about. Don't accept no for an answer. Don't accept the word can't. If you can't do it in this second, find a different way. If there is no door for you to go through, build one. That's how it is.
That was literally your quote that you said the other day, didn't it? Like, if you can't find the way, then you build a door, you find a way, find a solution to make it happen. You don't just accept that it can't happen, because there's always a way.
And the thing is, I think we've just grown to accept there's been such a deterioration in services of all description in the UK. And because I'm lucky, I hear feedback from a lot of other countries. My sister lives in Germany. A lot of our family still live in South Africa. I'm in Italy and in the UK. I can tell you that the same thing is happening in most countries at the moment. There's hardly anybody wants to do manual labor anymore. There's no essential services that are worth talking about. Everybody is complaining that what we used to have, we now can't have anymore. And it's because people have had a change of mindset throughout the whole of lockdown. So we have to get creative and we have to start building something fresh, and build back better is what was the government's slogan. So yeah, build back better. It's up to us.
Yeah, definitely. I think the pandemic was where we really came up with the idea of Fizzle, because we did realize obviously a lot of people do want to work online. A lot of people want to have the time freedom, spend the time with the family, all of that stuff. And that's why we created the online platform that you are now a part of, which is amazing. But we needed something that we could help other people with that were like us, just people who want to be parents and want to have fun with families and spend time and travel the world, because we all got that taken away from us as well.
We definitely did.
So that's why we thought Fizzle's it's just a platform where we think it will just grow, because it will help so many people.
Yeah. Well, I wish you the best of luck. I'm definitely up for putting some content on there. My partner Alessandra is a brilliant guitarist, and I will be doing some online singing lessons on Fizzle. I'll be doing some presentation tips. I know you're doing so well.
We're trying. It's hard work. Like, obviously, we're trying to stay as consistent as we can, which is important with all business. But we just want to make Fizzle known, so we're just trying to put ourselves out there as much as we can and just show how we're just a normal family.
Yeah, it is the way forward. A friend of mine who came to me asking me to help her put a girl group together, and this was 15 years ago now. She's the mum of one child who is autistic, and the second child's got severe allergies. And over the course of the 15 years that we've known each other, I've helped her build businesses various. Some of them didn't take off. She decided the best thing to do was close them down, but she stayed consistent. She's now growing her business online. She's doing really, really well. And she just declared a 5-figure sum as her end of year for her tax.
That's amazing.
She's into 5 figures already, and it's 2 years of this business and she's hit 5 figures already. But she is a monster. She's up day and night. She's posting, she's scheduling stuff, she's making money even while she's asleep. She's advertising in the States and in other countries where while we're asleep she'll wake up and ping, X amount has gone into her account. It's just finding those avenues, having a look where you can make money even while you're asleep, and that's how the future is going to be for all of us.
Definitely it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
I think that's all the questions we wanted to ask this time. But we hope that we get to interview you again soon, maybe after the masterclass, catch up, see how that's gone.
That would be brilliant.
About that,
yeah, definitely. I'd love to. And I hope everything goes really well for you and your business is going from strength to strength, because I'm a part of that as well. So I would love to see that. If we all help each other, we can't go wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And we've watched the videos that you've put up on your page, and you and your husband together. It's just amazing to hear you both. We really enjoyed watching that.
Good. Thank you.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, I must be honest, I've got some nice inspiration with this view.
No, it's beautiful.
Sit on my balcony and have a look there.
We don't quite get that view here.
I didn't know you was in Italy, but as soon as I saw that, I knew Italy straight away.
Yeah, well, home is Milton Keynes now. That's where the rest of my family are. That's where my son and his family are. My daughter's down in Surrey. So we've got one home in Milton Keynes and one here. So I come here for the view, and in the winter we go back there and head down and get down to hard work and go out and do some live performing. So we've got the best of both worlds at the moment.
I hope sometime we can maybe catch a live performance of you. That would be really nice to come down and watch you. And
Yeah,
that would be brilliant. Yeah, and we've got a bed and breakfast here, Ristorante Salvatore in
we'll make
Ravello.
there to see you instead.
Yeah, come and have a look here. We'll sing for you when you get here. The weather's way nicer than Milton Keynes.
Oh, perfect. Right, well, we'll let you go now, get on with some work and stuff. But thank you so much for letting us come on and have a word with you and just get to know you a lot better.
A big pleasure. See you soon, guys. All the very best.
Thanks.